Yeah, I just need like a perfect PS2 spine shaped corn that we can overlay on top of there. Horn Abbott. Well, it looks like we've literally just got to start. Oh. Well, I mean, we have three options here, but I feel like we could only pick the unhinged game. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe if we go into gameplay instructions.
The
Oh, it's an
Unhinged game.
FMV. Hang on.
The classic mode of Trivial Pursuit is played with the same rules as the board game. Help using the controller is available at any time, simply by pressing the white button. Players roll the die using the A button. They then pick from the board spaces available by moving the indicator from choice to choice using the D-pad. The desired move is selected using the A button. Questions are displayed, read, and a choice of 4 answers are presented. The D-pad
That's not
moves the
trivia.
indicator
That's
and
just...
the A button makes the selection. The host will guide you through all other game activities. Remember, you can get help with the controls at any time by pressing the white button.
What is unhinged compared to that?
The Unhinged game is very similar to the Trivial Pursuit classic game. There are two main differences. First of all, with each new game, there are a number of special board spaces. They're all easy to learn and use. At any time, the white button will give the player help with the controls. The second feature is that players can accumulate points by betting on another player's performance. The points won from betting can be used to steal wedges from other players, protect against an attempted steal, to roll again, or even to buy a new question when the one you have is too hard. Players bet on a right answer by pulling the right trigger.
I don't
Or the
actually know
left
that.
trigger on the wrong
Alabama.
answer. The bet placed is
Apparently
shown
it
in
was
the status
Texas.
medallion that matches your token color in one corner of the screen. The B button allows the player to use their points when the status icon is visible. Help is available at all times using the white button.
They really want me to know that help is available at all times using the white button. Alright, I wasn't paying attention during that. Let's just go. We're playing an unhinged game. Wait. Unhinged requires at least 2 controllers? Okay, it looks like we can play Classic and Flash, but we can't play Unhinged alone. I guess I was kind of wondering that. It seemed like the main mechanical difference of Unhinged was that you could bet on the other players and whether or not they would get the questions correct. But if I'm playing against a computer, then it's effectively random. The betting is not good there. I was wondering how that was gonna play out, but I guess we're just playing a classic game. Or here, let's look at what Flash is. Maybe Flash will be the play.
The Flash mode is played on a board that has 6 levels, each with a choice of 2 different question categories. Up to 6 players take
hell
turns
is
selecting
this?
a category and answering questions. A correct answer moves the token up a level. The first player to the top wins. Help is available at all times using the white button.
Oh, okay, good. I was worried if help... I was worried, if we were not gonna have help available with the white button. I guess we'll just play both, honestly. I guess we'll just play both. Shout out. Multi-choice or shout out? Hang on, what is shout out?
The classic mode of Trivial Pursuit is played with the same rules as the board game. Help using the controller is available at any time, simply by pressing the white button.
This is just...
Players roll the die using the A
This is just
button.
that...
They
Is it
then
gonna
pick from
show
the
something
board spaces
different?
available by moving the indicator from choice to choice using the D-pad. The desired move is selected using the A button. In the shout-out mode, the player reads the question, then says their answer out loud. After the console reveals the right answer,
Oh my god, you
they
just
can
check
then
yourself.
decide if their answer matched.
You just
The
say it
host
out
will-
loud, like IRL, and then if you're right, then it's just honor system where you say, yeah, I was right on that one. Alright, I guess for facilitating Trivial Pursuit games with your friends, which is really what you're supposed to be doing, instead of playing against the computer, probably. But I think we'll leave it to multiple choice, cause we just are. Well, so I'm curious. Okay, it does let you call yourself ass. The word filter might just be if you're playing on Xbox Live. This game has a band name filter, which was just like in a text file, and you could just read all of the names that they had banned, and it was pretty funny. But one of them was ass, though I do wonder. Maybe, because there were 2 tiers to it. Maybe this is like, you can't. No, that also works. I don't know. I guess I'll just be ass. Wait, why is ass in green now? Hang on. How do I... Can I... Hold up. Remove. Remove. Right, I'm gonna be ass. But I guess I have to add other players. I'm not sure I want a lot of players. Wait, they're all me though. They're all player 1. Can you not actually play this against a computer? It might be that you literally cannot play this against the computer. I think we're about to find out. GTA font on the loading screen.
The classic mode of Trivial Pursuit.
We already watched that.
Welcome to Trivial Pursuit Classic, the trivia game that started it all. Get us started, Blue. Whoa, 6. 6 spaces to choose from. Up to you.
I don't know what the categories are. From the box art, it looks like green is sports, which I don't want sports. We'll go movie.
Wedge question. Our A&E expert, Whoopi Goldberg.
What musician born with glaucoma became completely blind at age 12 after suffering...
That's actually
brain
Whoopi
hemorrhage?
Goldberg? Of the 4, it was Ray Charles.
Pink.
It wasn't. It was the other guy. Fuck. When did Ray Charles go blind? Andrea Bocelli's blind? I didn't even know that. Wait, it literally says Charles was blinded during childhood, possibly due to glaucoma on Wikipedia. During childhood. Hold up, I'm reading Wikipedia now. Charles started to lose his sight at the age of 4 or 5 and was blind by the age of 7. That's bullshit. That's literally like... That is literal bullshit. No, the question wasn't born with it. The question said age 12. That's literal bullshit. Like, oh, sorry, you picked the wrong blind guy, off by a couple years. Like, am I supposed to know the exact year these people went blind at?
You got a 3. You need to pick a space.
And yeah, I am just playing as all 4 characters, so this is actually, I think, not actually a thing you can play
Arts and entertainment.
by yourself.
What trouble rocker scribbled the journal entry? Hope I die before I become Pete Townsend.
I don't know. I'm guessing, I mean, it's not Wendy Williams.
Way to go.
Yeah,
Keep it going. You're still up.
that sounds like something Kurt Cobain would write. But I'm just playing with myself.
You can go
Yeah,
to 7 different spaces. Pick one.
Oh, good. I'm forced into sports. No, wait, no, I'm not. You don't have camera control, so it's like really... Like, the camera's really implying
Entertainment.
that I can only pick sports here. But there are some other options in the back, but I can't look at them. Like, they're just in the back.
Arts and entertainment.
What Madonna Diddy intoned? They had style, they had grace. Rita Hayworth gave good face.
I have no idea. Shit, I don't know. Is there a timer on this? I don't think it would be... It's like one of these two. I think it's this.
Oh,
Damn it.
no. Sorry. Ball's in your court, Yellow.
I don't know the lyrics to that song. Like, what am I even trying to accomplish? I don't know the rules of Trivial
6
Pursuit.
spaces to choose from. Up to you. Wedge
We'll pick the
question.
globe.
Mr. John Cleese will read the history questions.
What university named
John
after a
Cleese?
US-born saint has a building on campus named for indicted Tycho sinner Dennis Kozlowski?
University named after a US-born saint. There are US-born saints? I'm not Catholic enough for this. That sounds right.
Good try,
Nope.
but incorrect.
Seton Hall.
Round
Who the hell is
up.
that?
You got one. 6 spaces to choose from. Up to you.
I don't even know what this is. That looks like a guy standing next to the Eiffel Tower.
Introducing Brooke Burke.
What state was rocked in 2003 when its famed Old Man of the Mountain cliff face crumbled into a pile of granite?
I had no idea that happened. Old Man of the Mountain cliff face. That sounds kind of like a North Carolina thing. But I don't know. Colorado has mountains, you're right. But there's no old men in Colorado. That state's not old enough. This sounds like a good old boy down south type of thing that you name a rock. I'll go Colorado.
Oh,
It was
no,
New Hampshire.
sorry.
We were all wrong.
It's a 2. Pick a
These
space.
questions are impossible.
Roll again.
New Hampshire is the granite state.
And you got
guess
5.
I didn't know
Okay,
that.
now, which one do you want? Introducing John Ratzenberger.
Ooh.
What founding mother was the first real woman to appear as a Pez dispenser head?
First woman to be a Pez dispenser head. What? This is trivia that I don't know. Like, what? I'm gonna guess either Betsy Ross or, I mean, nobody cares. You know, like,
Answer?
Abigail Adams is pretty classic, but, like, they're not making an Abigail Adams Pez dispenser head. I'm going Betsy
Way to go.
Ross, yeah.
Roll again, still your turn. 5. You have 4 options here. Choose one. Our science guy, Bill Nye.
Oh my god.
What plant has a Madake variety once charted in Japan as growing 47.6 inches in a single
Fucking
day?
Bill Nye's in this game. I have no idea, by the way. How am I supposed to know? I mean, 47 inches, that's bamboo,
Got
but...
it. Keep it going. 2. You need to pick a space.
But yeah, you're just playing by yourself. This does suck, doesn't it?
What name did paleontologists give to the tiny bird-like fossil Montana 14-year-old Wes Linster discovered in 1994 and called it Bambi?
It's not Disneysaurus. They would sue. I'm gonna go... If it's a bird-like fossil, then it's the Linster...
Oh,
No?
Sorry.
Like,
Okay,
it's a...
You're up.
That's stupid.
Right, 2. What's it gonna be?
That's a stupid name.
For people and places.
What nation did the Marshall Islands and Micronesia gain independence from in 1986?
The Marshall Islands and Micronesia?
That's
Yeah.
it.
The USA
Who else is naming
took
it the
over
Marshall
administration
Islands?
following
That's
World
all
War
us.
II.
You still have control of the board. You got a 5. You can go
Plus,
to
we have a
7
bunch of
different
rando
spaces.
islands out
Pick
there.
one.
For, like, World War II reasons.
So, for arts and entertainment,
What 1996 movie opens with the shadow of a huge flying saucer darkening
Probably
the
Independence Day, right?
way to go.
You know, the mothership was
I haven't seen
estimated
it,
to
but I
have
mean-
a mass roughly 1/4 the size of our moon. I don't know which moon you're talking about, but it's much smaller than my own.
You still have control of the board, Pink.
So if you get a question right, you just get to keep going. So if you go first and you're just a trivia god, you can just break Trivial Pursuit by just never getting it wrong.
Wild card.
What product hired snowboarder Chris Klug as a spokesman to fill Joe DiMaggio's giant shoes?
I didn't pick the sports category. Who the hell are these people? Who's Mr. Coffee? Wait, oh, what product? Okay. Joe DiMaggio. It's probably Dunkin' Donuts. It was Mr. Coffee. That's probably some, like, football guy.
It's a 2. Okay, now, which one do you want? People and places.
Yeah, I don't think you can play this single player.
What U.S. National Park's Badwater Basin is surrounded by Starvation Canyon, Coffin Peak, and the Funeral Mountains?
I mean, Tombstone.
Oh,
It was
no.
Death Valley. Damn it.
Your turn. And 3. What'll it be? Introducing
There's not like a physical record on the screen of like what I've gotten right and wrong.
To portray its Pistol Pete mascot to take a gun safety course before shooting off his signature firearms in public.
Pistol Pete? It's... Oklahoma... Well, they're asking me about college sports, dude. I don't know. Like, this is wrong. This is wrong. UNLV. Do they have a pistol mascot? I'm going Arizona. It was Oklahoma. Shoot. Who were the... Hang on. I thought they were the Sooners. Do they also have a guy who shoots guns?
Come on, let's go. 3 choices. What will it be?
Because I know someone who went there.
A wild card.
What Lord of the Rings star walked down the aisle with the lead singer of the band Space Hog?
Never heard of that band. Well, Elijah Wood's in Lord of the Rings. No.
Your turn, Pink.
Yeah, exactly, Spock.
Okay, now, which one do you want?
I'm being exposed as a fraud here. I don't know any of this shit. Like, do you think Shoehorse would know this stuff?
History.
How many years were East and West Berlin divided?
I'm gonna say, I mean, what? It was like the end of World War II up to like the beginning. I'm gonna say 45?
Right you are. You still have control of the board. 1. Pick either one.
Alright, where are we dropping? But like I can't... Oh, hold up. X to toggle view? No, it doesn't help. They really just don't tell you what questions you've gotten right or wrong.
People and places.
Like, I think Pink has gotten...
What country claims 2 royal brothers nicknamed the Heir and the Spare?
I mean, that's not... That's not Britain, is it? I don't know anything about the Belgian royal family. Because they've got... I don't think that that's how that is. But, like, it is in English. It is Britain.
You still have control of the
Yeah, those other countries wouldn't be making, like, English language jokes about their royal family, probably. So that's my thought process there. But who's the spare? Who's the heir? I don't know much about the British royal family either, because I'm an American. Fuck that. Kind of mammal was... Who had 60 adult clones? I mean, they cloned a sheep. But, like... That was Dolly. This is probably either a mouse or a guinea pig.
Oh, no,
it was the mouse.
Yellow's next.
Okay. So how old is Prince Andrew then? He's not even that old. Okay, he's 65. But he's looking pretty good compared to the other guy.
Science and nature.
What one-time Saturday Night Live host chose the internet as the forum to announce his 1999 U.S. presidential campaign?
I mean, any of these people probably hosted. I mean, Nader probably, but like, any of these people could have hosted SNL. I don't know. Was Al Gore in the Democratic primaries that year? I mean, he was the nominee, of course. What am I saying? But these other two guys, I don't fucking know. Wouldn't have been him. Did Giuliani? He didn't run in 2000. He was the mayor at the time. Steve Forbes. Probably not him. I'm going Nader. It was Forbes.
Over to you, Brown. 4. 6 spaces to choose from. Up to you.
Yeah, I also can't tell which one of my tokens is actually winning.
Entertainment or the wedge.
Which Saturday Night Live regular
Stop asking me about Saturday Night Live.
alphabetically while playing the anal retentive sportsman?
Stop asking me about old SNL sketches. I don't know. Arranged his tackle box alphabetically. I mean, yeah, I'm of the 4. I'm saying Phil Hartman.
Great. The pink wedge is yours.
Oh.
Brown, the board is still yours.
Oh, wait, does that mean that none of my other pieces... How did I just get the pink wedge?
5. 3 choices. What will it be?
I've gotten those correct as other people, and none of them have gotten the pink wedge.
For history.
Apparently this is who's winning now, because they're the only one with a wedge.
Britain was obliged to publicly deny
Oh, is it because you have to answer correctly on the outer ring?
that called her a harlot and a trollop.
I mean, I have no idea who this is, but I'm gonna go Margaret Thatcher, because she's the worst.
Ouch,
It was
no.
Prince Philip? You're in the royal family, Phil. Jesus Christ.
6. You have 4 options here. Choose one. Science and nature.
Okay, so you have to be on the outer ring. If you're just messing around in the inner spokes, that doesn't...
Magazine predict the Pentagon would spend an estimated $50 million on in 1999.
Halcyon? What? I hope Harper's Magazine isn't predicting that the Pentagon would buy 50 million of Viagra.
Ouch.
They are.
Okay, Pink, you're up.
Right, I guess I should have been thinking along those lines, because I have
6.
heard
You need to
that.
pick a space.
Where we dropping? Yellow is globe. I don't know what the difference between globe and people in places is.
History.
History, okay. I'm probably better at history.
Did Jimmy Carter call the most boring
That's not
man
hit,
he
like,
ever
just,
met?
this is the worst trivia. I don't know. Was it John Glenn? It was John
You still
Glenn.
have
I knew
control of the
that.
board, Pink.
Wait, I just answered correctly on the outer ring, didn't I? Where's my...
You got 4. 3 choices.
Where's my
What
wedge?
will it be?
Where's my wedge? Oh, it has to be the
Wild
big
card.
spots.
Wedge
That's a
question.
pain in the ass.
What kind of critter is Twiggy, whose water skiing prowess wows the crowds at boat shows?
That kind of sounds like a beaver. Oh no, it is squirrel. Right, I think I've heard this.
Congratulations. Orange is yours.
I've heard of this before.
You still have control of the board. Okay, 2. 3 choices. What will it be? Roll again. Looks like a 4. 3 choices. What will it be? Roll again.
There's no reason for me to try to do trivia on a non. Like, if I can get a roll again, I'm gonna get a roll again.
History.
There's no reason to ever pick to land on one of the other spaces.
Teresa.
I'm between 4 here. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking like Romania or Albania, probably. One of these two. I think she could be Albanian.
Right you
Yeah.
are. You still have control of the board, Pink. 5. What's it gonna be? Roll again. You got 1. Pick either one. So, for arts and entertainment,
What prickly novelist sparked a literary feud by calling John Updike, Norman Mailer, and John Irving the Three Stooges?
Prickly novelist? I've never even heard of 3 of these guys. Did William F. Buckley write novels? I thought he was just some asshole. Going Tom Wolfe. Hell yeah. That guy...
Describing Wolfe's novels as yak. What?
Oh, and for the record, yes, Spock, that is Whoopi Goldberg reading the
you
questions.
still have control of the board, Pink.
The science questions are asked by Bill Nye.
3 choices. What will it be?
There's some other category asked by John Cleese.
Roll again.
They got a couple of famous people. Bill Nye is not exactly in the same category as the other two, but to me he is. We love Bill Nye.
Another try. 6. You have 4 options here. Choose one. For history,
Who was the first sitting U.S. senator to land a regular role on a TV drama?
Sonny, he was never a senator. Probably. Between these 3, I've got no clue. We're just gonna guess. There's no way there's 2 Freds, which implies that it's one of the Freds. Yeah.
Senator Thompson taking over from
I'm catching on to their tricks.
attorney on Law and Order.
Never heard of this guy before.
They can be on the show too. I tell them they can play a corpse.
you still have control of the board.
The other players, who are also me, really hate me right now for monopolizing the board like this. Rules on helping with questions. I'm trying to just answer them before you can, but if you know, feel free to shout it out, I guess.
Lost in 6 years, the month after its CEO was jinxed by appearing on a Sports Illustrated cover in 1993.
What would any of these CEOs be doing in Sports Illustrated other than Nike? But doesn't it feel like Nike is a trap? It just is Nike, okay.
You still have control of the board, Pink. That's a 1. What'll it be?
I've never heard of Rawlings either before. Okay, sports question
So,
for the
sports and
wedge.
leisure for the
This is
wedge.
high pressure.
What horse race cleared Jose Santos of spurring Funny Side on to victory with something other than a whip in 2003?
What? See, the problem is this game came out in 2003, so this was current events at the time. But today, literally what? Do you know your 20-year-old sports horse history? Something other than a whip. We're gonna go... I've never heard of the Travers Stakes. We're gonna go... Funny Side. We're just gonna go Kentucky Derby. It's classic.
The green
Hell yeah.
mount.
Nailed it.
Excellent. You still have control of the
I wouldn't
board,
say
Pink.
horse racing is like massively popular.
Looks like a 3 to me. Up to you.
Old
Say
people
where.
like horse racing.
For history,
You know,
What
It's a
company
thing.
felt the need to inform its 40 million auto insurance policy holders in 2003 that it would not cover nuclear-related claims?
good try, but incorrect. Yellow, it's your turn.
I think that wouldn't be that unreasonable. Yeah, that someone would know that in 2003.
Roll again. Looks like a 3 to me. 3 choices. What will it be? Roll again. It's 3. 3 choices. What will it be? Roll again. It's
Come
1.
on.
What'll it be? For wild card.
What hard-living rocker wearing a green evening dress and toting a bottle of cognac was arrested in 1982 for relieving himself on the Alamo?
No. No. Not American. I mean, maybe.
Sorry.
It-
Now you're next.
What are you doing in Texas?
Right, 2. 6 spaces to choose from. Up to you. Science and nature.
What did Mac Farms add to milk in 2001 to enhance its kid appeal and extend its shelf life?
That's
gonna be carbonation, dude.
That's
So
it.
cursed.
Free
So
eating
cursed,
is
dude.
targeted at younger kids, as evidenced by
The pilk is real.
flavors, Orange sparkle and bubble gum.
Brown, the board is still yours. 1. You have a couple of choices here. For wild card.
You already know PMC Trilogy. That song is a
Fictional
banger.
character had his July 31st birthday celebrated at 11 major league ballparks in 2002.
July 31st, 2002. That's a horse. Nobody cares about Stuart Little. Does Spider-Man even have a canon birthday? Does Harry Potter even have a canon birthday? I mean, Harry Potter was really big in 2002, but like... we're gonna go. We're gonna go Harry Potter. Yeah, I think they might have shown a Harry Potter birthday party at some point,
It's a
and it
2.
was like
You
in
have
the
a couple of
summer.
Choices here. So, for arts and entertainment.
I already have this wedge.
What older rock god demurred in 2001? I have this sort of strange animal magnetism. It's
This
very
quote could be
hard to
literally
take my
anyone.
eyes off myself.
Older rock god, very full of themselves. Could be literally anybody. Shit, I don't know. You? Yeah.
Brown, the board is still yours.
Elton John doesn't seem like he would say that. Not that I'm an Elton John expert. And yeah, if you carbonate the milk, you're just making the milk sour? Like literally? That's what that is?
1997, launching a ground rover to explore the nearby rocks.
Pathfinder. Yeah, I actually know that one for a change. For a change, I'm not guessing.
Abolitionist and former slave, Sojourner Truth. Hey, that's not bad.
Roll again, still your turn. It's 1. Decide which space will it be. History for the wedge.
What Hollywood actress took her clothes off to help sell tickets to London's The Blue Room, a 1998 play described as a daisy chain of sex scenes?
Well, if I reach into my West End knowledge, obviously, it's... I don't know. Is it Nicole Kidman? Yeah, it seemed like the most likely.
Brown, the board is still yours. That's 1. 3 choices. What will it be?
What'll it be, gang? Do we want science, science, or science?
Science and nature.
What Nobel-winning biologist was the first head of the Human Genome Project, created to comprehensively map DNA?
That's everyone's least favorite asshole.
Exactly.
James Watson.
2 it is. 3 choices. What will it be? People and places.
Plays the Big Dipper. What U.S. state flag does...
What? That voice clip was glitched. Shit, this has gotta be... I'm trying to think of my state flags. I want to say this is gonna be Alaska, probably. Just based on, like, the vibes. Yeah, it's not Oregon. It's because you guys have a tree, I think. Might be thinking of Lebanon. They also have a tree. Hawaii, they're not gonna have the Big Dipper. And Nevada, just ain't no way. So we're gonna go Alaska, yeah.
And the board is still yours. It's a 6. What's it gonna be?
Yeah, they're probably one of the seals, because I couldn't think of what they were. There's enough state flag discourse on the internet that I do kind of know the state flags.
Arts and entertainment.
Whose free Central Park concert drew the biggest crowd in 1997?
I feel like I don't know this. I feel like I knew this at one point and now I don't. There's no way they're drawing a giant crowd in Central Park in 97 for some opera singing, right? It's 97. Garth Brooks, yeah. What am I saying?
Roll again. 2. Decide which space will it be.
I think the goal for this game is literally just to get one of these characters to win.
So, for arts and entertainment.
What former Saturday Night
It requires me to be a kind of a gamer.
in 22 movies featuring other cast members?
A number of them. Honestly, a number of these people have been in a lot of movies with other SNL actors. This is gonna come down to a specific numbers thing, because, like, I could see it being Dan Aykroyd or Chevy Chase here.
Ouch.
Damn it.
No, you're up, Blue. All right, 5. You have 4 options here. Choose one.
The way you win is by collecting the 6 Chaos Emeralds and then returning to the center.
Either one. People and places.
Right now I have 2 characters with 2 Chaos Emeralds. I'm playing a 4-player game where all 4 players are myself, because there's no way to play against the computer. Hundreds of Thai men received to celebrate their king's birthday. I mean, I hate to say it, but it is Thailand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The vasectomy festival includes free food and a condom blow.
Keep it going. You got a 5. 3 choices. What will it be?
Guess we're going this
Science
way.
of nature.
What crucial ingredient is often reused in more than one batch of beer?
No shit. What? The cursor is so janky. I was trying to pick yeast. I knew that. I did know that.
4. What'll it be?
Oh well.
So, for arts and entertainment, for the wedge.
Who appears in the screen versions of the E.M. Forster novels A Room with a View, Maurice, Where Angels Fear to Tread, and Howard's End?
I've never heard of any of these other than A Room with a View. I'm going Hugh Grant.
Uh-oh.
Damn
That's
it.
not it. Okay, yellow. 2 it is.
That was a
What'll it
wedge
be?
question. Big time loss.
For wild card.
What brand of ice cream bars bear messages like, "Yay, boys and girls, check this out. Using drugs is whack"?
What? The hell is Brick Ghost? That would be an insane name for a brand of ice cream. That just sounds like you are buying drugs. Want some Brick Ghost? We're gonna go Posse Pops. I've never heard of that before.
Tell them to chill, then give them one of these solid cold chilling treats. In your face. Word.
You get another roll, Yellow. 4 it is. 3 choices. What will it be? Roll again.
Yeah, what the hell is
Like a
Brick
4,
Ghost?
pick a space. Roll again. You got a 3. 3 choices. What will it be? Roll again. 4 it is. 3 choices. What will it be?
I mean, there's no reason to go anywhere other than roll again, so other players are seething right now at this dice luck. Okay, now we have to.
For wild card.
What word do serious Star Trek fans use to describe a fellow devotee?
Trekkie. Trekmeister.
Good try, but incorrect.
Wait, what?
Down, you're up.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Looks like a 3 to me.
I knew that before they even showed the... Huh?
Roll
What's a
again.
Trekker? I've never in my life heard anyone say that.
3 choices.
Not
What
that
will it
Star
be?
Trek fans still exist, but if they did, they wouldn't call themselves that.
Looks like a 3 to me. Decide which space will
Looks
it be.
like a 3 to me.
Roll again. You got 1. What's it gonna be? For history.
What nation discovered its submarine number 361 floating aimlessly in 2000?
That doesn't even sound real. What?
70 on board, dead of mysterious causes.
I mean, if it... I feel like it's not gonna be North Korea. They don't have 361 submarines. Iran... we're going Russia. It was China.
Your turn. It's a 2. 3 choices. What will it be?
Does that sounds like... That literally just sounds like fake, though. Like, there's no way. Hang on, I'm Googling that. China Submarine 361.
And histamines like
Okay, there's a Wikipedia article for it.
D.
What does the D stand for? And Claritin D. Probably daily or decongestant.
That's right. Blue, still your turn.
The vessel suffered a mechanical failure that killed all 70 crew members on board. Fatal incident. This isn't mysterious at all. There was just a diesel engine that used up all of the oxygen on the submarine.
Keep going. 4.
Maybe the
Pick a
report
space.
wasn't out yet when they made the game, so it was still like
Roll again.
a mystery.
It's 3. Okay, now, which one do you want? So, for sports and
Oh, there was a
leisure,
roll again. Shoot.
What former bad boy of basketball was brought in to coach the WNBA's Detroit Shock in 2000?
Do you know your early 2000s WNBA? I mean, the bad boy of basketball? I've only heard of 2 of these people. Was Charles Barkley coaching the WNBA in the 2000s? Dennis Rodman? You're wrong. It was Bill Laimbeer, who I think I've heard of as well, maybe.
3 choices. What will it be?
But hell if I know. I guess Charles Barkley probably would have had something better to do than coaching the WNBA. No offense to the WNBA.
For science and nature.
What celestial objects does NASA track with its NEAT program?
Well, what could it stand for? What might that stand for? Neat. Yeah. Near
Your answer?
Earth asteroid tracking. That's stupid though. There aren't any. Well, there is right now, but let's go dead satellites. No, it was the asteroids. We had it right. But like not a lot of work to do there. There aren't usually near Earth asteroids.
Roll again. You You got a 3. 3 choices. What will it be?
I couldn't think of what the A would stand for if it didn't stand for asteroid, but yeah, there's one right now, so it's a topical
For
question.
science and nature.
What new service did the web search engine Google create in 2003 to search the web for products on sale?
Oh, this is frugal. Yeah, remember when they used to call it this?
Exactly.
Remember that?
Another roll, yellow. Looks like a 4. 3 choices. What will it be? Roll again. Looks like a 6. You have 4 options here. Choose one. Science and nature.
Well, Google Shopping exists.
What name
They
for
just
a
don't
firm
call it
rapidly
frugal
becomes
anymore.
a code word for prematurely old?
That's it. You get another roll, yellow.
What makes this unhinged is that
Okay, now, which one do you want?
it gives me trivia with the wrong answers. It thinks that Star Trek fans call themselves Trekkers.
6. You have 4 options here. Choose one. Arts and entertainment.
What thespian, named after the Zulu word for beloved, played the title role in the movie Beloved?
Named after the Zulu word for beloved? Not Oprah, unless it is Oprah. I mean, maybe. I don't know where else the name Oprah comes from. Maybe it was her.
Sorry.
No.
Brown, you're next. There's a 4. 3 choices. What will it be?
All right.
Wild card for the wedge.
For the wedge.
Who, after raking in $43.2 million and appearing on 11 magazine covers in 2000, did Forbes name...
My God, I have no idea. This could be anybody. This could be anybody. I want to say Tom Cruise, though. Unless it's Britney Spears. Ah, shit. It's either Tom Cruise or Britney Spears.
Got an answer for us?
I want to say probably... Was Britney 2000? Did she break in 2000? There's no way Britney Spears was ever the most powerful celebrity on the planet. That is like a 0 IQ take by Forbes.
Got an answer for us? The orange.
Okay,
Well
yeah.
done. Round
Like, she
of
probably made a lot of money on
applause.
magazine covers at the time, but nobody's saying that.
2. Pick a space. Another try.
Yeah, exactly. For not at the time, not yet, but
All right,
Britney Spears
5.
today is
3
known for being
choices.
one of the
What
least
will it be?
powerful celebrities, famously.
People and places for the wedge.
What tiny Texas town, famed for its St. Patrick's Day bash, boasts a hunk of the Blarney Stone?
This could be anything. This could be anything. If it's called Stone, Texas, that's stupid. So, but like, there are 1 million. There are like 1 million U.S. towns named after cities from Europe. We're just gonna guess. We're just gonna guess.
Good try.
Damn it, it was
Incorrect.
Shamrock.
Blue, your turn.
That was tangible
4 it is.
progress.
3 choices. What will it be? Roll again. 4. What'll it be? Roll again.
At least 3 were real
All right,
towns.
5. What'll it be?
Is there a such thing as Rock, Texas, or Stone,
Science and
Texas?
nature for the
Grew up
wedge.
near Round Rock. I mean, I guess so. Like,
Caltech geophysicist David Stevenson want to send a probe using a few megatons of explosives and 110,000 tons of molten iron.
what?
The molten iron you might have lying around on the coffee table of your laboratory.
Where does Caltech geophysics send a probe? Why would that involve megatons of explosives? That must be the center of the Earth. Wouldn't take... I mean... Must be the center of the Earth. I don't know. Like... But that wouldn't even work, because there's liquid. Explosives aren't gonna help you there. What does 110,000 tons of molten iron do? I mean, a ton of... It's 1 or 3. It's 1 or 3. I feel like the center of the Earth is a pretty unserious thing for a Caltech geophysicist to care about. But it is Caltech and San Andreas' fault. But I'm just gonna go this. It was the center of the Earth. What the hell, David? And yes, the movie The Core is real. I have seen it. I kind of low-key loved that movie as a kid.
What will it be?
Where they drill to the center of the Earth in like a big drilling vehicle.
1. What'll it be?
That is a banger film.
Science and nature. For science and nature.
What lake did the Sierra Club propose draining in 1996?
The Sierra Club. I hope it wasn't Lake Mead. That's kind of an important lake. As was Lake Erie. Like, I don't know who the Sierra Club is. I don't know anything about these other 2 lakes.
Way to go.
Cool, we're right.
Across the spectacular
And yeah,
Grand
it's
Canyon created what some call Lake Fowl. We're not talking about birds.
You still have control of the board.
It's the plot of the movie The Core is that the Earth's core is slowing down.
Choices here.
It's like spinning and it's slowing down in the movie and it's like disrupting the Earth's magnetic field. So they have to restart the rotation of the core by physically sending some scientists to the core and then detonating explosions around the core. And, you know, it's your typical disaster movie where along the way the scientists all die one by one, but then they do save the day by blowing up the core of the Earth at the end. What chain yanked clothes printed with 88 from 1,100 stores after learning it? I've never heard of Riches. I almost want to say Target? No, it's Kmart.
No.
It is Target.
Your turn, Yellow. You got a 5. What'll it be?
That was a wedge question. That sucks.
Roll
I should have gone with my gut on that. It was totally Target.
6. What'll it be?
Okay, wait, who am I? Who am I even playing as right now?
Arts and entertainment. Arts and entertainment.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm playing as yellow right now, so I guess we just go here.
Arts and entertainment.
What was the name of the women's baseball team Tom Hanks coached in a league of their own?
I don't know. I haven't seen this movie. I don't know. Has anyone here seen this movie? Is it the Peaches? I was gonna guess the Rockford Peaches because the other ones sound fake.
You got
Okay.
it. You get another roll, Yellow. That's a 1. You need to pick a
Watch this
space.
movie religiously as a child.
People and places for the wedge.
What animal goes ga 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 in Hebrew, hop hop in Hungarian, and prax prax in Estonian?
I feel like that's gonna be a duck.
Congrats.
Yeah. If you kind of think about these, like whenever you hear like, you know, oh, did ducks in Hungary really say that? Like, if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. They usually kind of make sense if you think about it. So.
Arts arts and entertainment.
What co-star does Halle Berry credit with saving her life by dislodging the fig that got stuck in her airway while filming a love scene?
Love scene that involves eating figs?
Sorry, no.
It was Pierce
Over to you,
Brosnan.
Ralph.
What a legend.
It's a 6. 3 choices. What will it be? History.
What city
Yeah,
was
you know, I should have
the
thought for
Minister of
longer than
Finance
1
by
second
the
about
Communist
that.
Party in April 2003 for mishandling its outbreak of
Uh-oh.
SARS.
Trivia from the future. Well, it's gonna be... Well, shit, I don't know. It's gonna be one of the Chinese ones, right? It's probably gonna be Pyongyang. It might be... Or no, that's North Korea. I'm an idiot. It's gonna be either Hanoi, Vietnam, or Beijing, China. I'm an idiot, sorry. We're gonna go Beijing.
Mayor Meng Zhuinong was cited with failing to prevent or even
One of the
activate
Chinese ones, like
monitoring
Pyongyang. Look,
rapid tenfold increase in the number of SARS
look.
Still yours.
I realized after I said it, it was wrong very quickly.
Take a 6. 3 choices. What will
And
it
I think
be?
that there's... I deserve some credit for that.
People and places. For people and places, another shot at the wedge.
What drink does Hastings, Nebraska claim to be the official birthplace of?
Oh, this is for the wedge, and I can't... Hastings, Nebraska. Cool. And it's not Gatorade, because that's the Florida Gators. If it's Mellow Yellow, they wouldn't be bragging about that, because that shit is nasty. I'm gonna say Kool-Aid, because I've never even heard of Bubble Up.
You won the blue
Hell yeah. Wedge get.
Brown, the board is still yours.
See, we're missing the brown and green wedges as brown.
It's 3.
Brown's
3
going all the
choices.
way.
What will it be?
Bubble Up is the new Kendrick song.
Sports and leisure.
What SEC school hypes its football stadium as the Jungle?
SEC. Yeah, these schools are probably all in the SEC. I can't. LSU. None of these schools are LSU. Shit, where's Supreme? He's a Vanderbilt fan. Where's Supreme when you need him? Alabama is, aren't they like... They're the Roll Tide people, right? Not them. We're gonna go Auburn.
You got it.
Hell yeah.
Brown, the board is still yours. All right, 5. Which direction will it be?
I have very, very limited knowledge of college sports.
What future US president ended up with facial scars after contracting smallpox in Barbados?
Alright, who is ugly? Barbados? I mean, who was in Barbados? Why would a US president be hanging out in Barbados? Wasn't Abraham Lincoln. Cross him off the list. Yeah, well, Theodore Roosevelt, he was involved in the Spanish-American War in Cuba, I know. He was there. I don't know if he would have hopped over to Barbados. That's not even that close, is it?
Answer, please.
I almost want to be like George Washington, because, like, Barbados was a more relevant part of the world in his time. But he didn't have facial scars, but neither did Teddy Roosevelt, as far as I can picture.
Answer, please.
We're going George Washington.
You
Hell
got
yeah.
it.
Barbados was the only place other than the current United States that Washington ever visited.
You get to roll again.
Yeah, Millard Fillmore is a pretty funny name.
And 3. Where are you going? Roll again.
No one knows anything about Millard Fillmore, so it was never gonna be him.
What will it be?
For any non-Americans out there, Millard Fillmore, I would say half the country has never heard of him before. Or would vaguely know that he was president, but wouldn't know when or couldn't name a single thing he did.
For wild card.
What illicit prison wine made from fruit, sugar, and mess hall punch inspired a poem that won death row resident Jarvis Masters critical acclaim.
Pinot Noir is pretty funny, but it's not that. I feel like it's gonna be Pruno. That just sounds like something they would actually say compared to these other ones. Sneaky Pete? Like what the hell is that?
The poem, Recipe for Prison Pruno, intertwined Master's own order of execution with instructions for preparing the potent potable.
Brown, the board is still yours. 6. 3 choices. What will it be?
I already have the pink wedge.
4. Decide which space will it be. Roll again. And you got 5. You need to pick a space.
And you got 5.
So, for arts and entertainment.
What reluctant leading man sighed? The teeth are getting more and more British every day.
I mean, that can only be... what's his face? Mike Myers.
No.
What?
Your turn.
But he is Austin Powers. Come on.
You got 4.
That's such a trap. That is such a trap, dude. I fell for it.
For people and places.
And I tried to get 22 set up, but
First National Sheep Counting Championship.
I couldn't get it to work. So we're going back to Chariot Wars after this. Game 22 is going to take another day of setup, unfortunately. What nation lured fans to the town of Hay for its first National Sheep Counting Championship? Sheep counting. New Zealand? It was Australia.
3 choices. What will it be? People and places.
Should have gone the other way.
What family was honored by the state of Salzburg as the most famous ambassadors of Austria in 1998?
The state of Salzburg's? I mean, it could only be,
That's
right?
You still have control of the board, Pink. You got a 3. Pick a space. For
No,
history
not that
and another
family.
shot at the wedge.
What future U.S. presidential hopeful dated future newswoman Diane Sawyer in college?
Future U.S. presidential hopeful? I've never even heard of. I mean, Buchanan. I mean, this game came out in 2003, and it's presidential hopeful, so I feel like it's gotta be John Kerry. Literally, who is that?
4. What'll it be? Roll again.
This is gonna be like some guy who dropped out in the primary, who like nobody's ever fucking heard of. I'm Googling that. Who is Bill Bradley? Basketball player and politician? Who is this? He was a United States Senator from New Jersey from 79 to 97 and a candidate for the Democratic Party's nomination for president in 2000. Okay, so I'm supposed to know who dropped out in the primary in 2000 for this shit. Okay.
Science and nature. Wedge question.
What dread disease was once known as the speckled monster?
Probably smallpox, unless it's measles.
You get the
Okay, it's smallpox.
Keep going. You get another turn. That's a 1.
That's probably something an adult would know in the year 2003. You'd be like, oh yeah, I remember him. But in 2025, no, we don't remember Bill Bradley. There's a reason he lost that primary.
How many of the companies listed in USA?
Well, I guess he was a U.S. Senator. Who replaced him?
Was still trading on.
Hang on, he must have been replaced by, like, our boy, the king of corruption. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, wait, what? United States Senator seceded by Robert Torricelli. Who? And then he was preceded by Lautenberg. Okay. That's a bit before my time, up till Lautenberg. Anyway, how many of the companies listed in USA Today's Internet 100 were still trading 3 years later? We're gonna go either 28 or 48. 28 would be brutal. But yeah, the Internet 100 is gonna be full of stupid like .com bubble companies that all died. 3 years later,
Sorry,
it was
no.
48.
Brown, you're up. Looks like a 3 to me. Pick either one.
Alright, we've got a chance
For
here.
science and nature.
Big wedge
time.
chance.
What term do doctors use to describe the crackly sound of lungs filled with fluid?
Oh shit, I think it's it's a heart murmur. I feel like it's this. I feel like it's this, because think about it. Like, doesn't
Answer, please.
like the prefix, like the tachy, what does that mean? There's like tachycardia, I think. Okay, no, you're right, like a tachometer. So that's definitely not it. It's gonna be rails. It's not wheezing and it's not murmur. It's gonna be rails.
You've got your breath.
Yeah. Or rowels or something. I don't know how they would say it. I'm not a doctor.
4. 3 choices. What will it be? People and places.
That word was probably, you could tell it was bait because it's a complicated medical word too.
2003.
Wyoming state sport. Rodeo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brown, the board is still yours.
We
There's
just
a
need
4.
green. We
Decide
need the
which
sports
choice will be.
wedge. The hardest of the wedges.
Wild card.
Rails the pangolin. If they had a pangolin in
We're
Sonic
on
the
all
Hedgehog,
these
that would be
cruise ships.
awesome.
Passengers normally required to wear some clothing.
It's gotta be in the dining room. But also, this is such a generalization. I feel like they just made this up. Or maybe it's in the pool. That would be very unsanitary. If they're all nude in the pool. But nude in the dining room also just sounds like... Why would a nudist even want to do that? Could be at the gaming tables because of strip poker, but like...
Got an answer
This
for
is
us?
such like a general question that it's just like, unless they're referring to a specific cruise that they don't want to name, like I'm not sure. Like certainly the rules vary a little, although also how many all nudist cruise ships are there? I'm gonna go in the dining room. I mean, you don't want to like... I just feel like that's nasty.
Your answer?
But I feel like gaming tables, because of strip poker, is a cheeky answer. Yeah, it's the dining
No
room.
shirt, no shoes, no pants, no service.
Brown, the board is still yours.
There's your unhinged question, I
The
guess.
one. You need to pick a
Yo.
space.
For the final
So, for
wedge.
sports and leisure. A question for your final wedge.
Who lost the chance to win his third straight Indy 500 when his Penske
Where's
teammate
Spock?
Gil DeFerrin passed him for the lead in lap 169?
Where's Spock? It's a NASCAR question. I've never heard of any of these people. Is Helio even a real name? Juan Montoya. That's... Rick Mears? Al Unser Jr.? Shit, what? His third straight Indy 500. I'm just going Rick Mears.
Oh no.
It was Helio.
Blue, your turn.
It was Helio.
1. You have a couple of choices here. So, for arts and entertainment.
I'm trying to get Brown to the win at this point. These other characters matter less to me.
Before winning a Best Picture Oscar.
Released on video before winning a Best Picture Oscar. I mean, timeline-wise, released on video, I think Silence of the Lambs would have been a little bit too late for that. It's like 90, 91. I feel like the correct answer would have been earlier, but would have been like in the 80s. But I don't know what year all these movies came out in. Braveheart. Rain Man. Yeah, I thought Braveheart might be mid-90s. Dances with Wolves and Rain Man might be late 80s, though.
Good try.
Damn
but
it, it was
incorrect.
Silence of the
Let's go,
Lambs.
Pink. It's 1. Which direction will it be? For science and nature.
What is the largest muscle in the human body?
It's the heart. It's the heart. Come on. Or the tongue or something. I think I don't know. I have no idea. Is it the ass? It is the ass.
Your gluteus isn't too maximus because
I guess that is a pretty big muscle if you, like, think about it.
You still have control of the board, Pink. It's a 6. What's it gonna be? So, for
If
arts
Pink
and
gets
entertainment
wedges, that's
and
also
another shot at
good.
the wedge.
What TV series gave Diane Cannon the chance to play a judge nicknamed Whipper?
A judge named Whipper. This is like an 80s sitcom or something. I don't know. The Practice, Picket. I've never even heard of any of these other than, I think, Ally McBeal. So I'm just gonna click that. Hey, we're right.
Pink wedge. You still have control of the board, Pink. That's 1. What'll it be?
Pink has the green wedge, which is
One
very
place people
interesting.
and places.
Pink already has the hardest of the
What
wedges.
nation pioneered scalpel safaris, combining discreet plastic surgery with exotic sightseeing while the swelling subsides.
That sounds terrible. Who wants to be going on, like, a safari while recovering from surgery? That sounds like torture.
Yes.
Patients are whisked in, often operated on the next day, and have the option to recover in a posh hotel or venture out into the wilds.
Keep on rolling. 3. Which direction will it be? Roll again.
Roll again.
5. 3 choices. What will it be?
Already have the green
Wild
wedge.
card.
What items did Canada start giving its female soldiers an annual $160 allowance for in 2002?
Annual. Why would it be calcium tablets? Like, I feel like it's gonna be calcium tablets because women do have a higher rate of osteoporosis than men, but like, and like it's the military, so that have an interest in that. But also, like,
Uh-oh.
No.
Your turn, Yellow. That's 1. Pick either one.
I don't know. I'm trying my best here.
All right. 5. 3 choices. What will it be? Sports and leisure for the wedge.
What sporting goods company sold off its equipment empire in every sport except golf in 2003?
No. Well, no and no. I think it has to be the one I haven't heard of. PMC Trilogy said that Rawlings makes baseball stuff, and these two, I think this is like tennis, and this is like also baseball, or these might even, like, who? It was Spalding?
Round, you're up. And 3. 3 choices. What will it be?
That can't be right. That can't be right. Maybe they like rebought back in
For history,
to like the other businesses after the like.
What U.S. political figure was reported on World News Tonight's closed captions in 2003 as being in the hospital for an enlarged prostitute?
Yeah, who here is familiar with a typo made in the closed captions of a TV channel in 2003? Well, who here went to the hospital in 2003? I'm going you,
Absolutely.
yeah.
ABC changed it to prostate for the 7 p.m. broadcast and apologized. When you're typing that fast, there are occasional mistakes. We regret the error.
keep going. You get another turn. You got a 3. Okay.
That
now,
another
which
shot
one
at
do
it?
you
That is
want?
another shot at it.
Sports and leisure. This is for the last wedge.
Yeah, I just
Sports
picked him
fan
because
in
he's old.
2001 called a disappointed crowd booing his child the worst act of prejudice I've seen since they killed Martin Luther King.
This trivia is unhinged. Bobby Bonds. Who? Joey Bryant. Who? Oh, sports dad. Okay, these are the dads. Because I'm like, hang on, what? But these are like joke names. Yeah, I feel like it's got to be Tiger Woods' dad, right?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Your
Is this
turn.
game made in Canada? She just said sorry.
1. Pick either one.
Who's Williams?
Roll
Who
again.
is son of Williams? Oh, like Venus and
One.
Serena Williams.
Space.
Okay, okay.
History. Arts and entertainment.
What Jerry Bruckheimer movie was inspired by a Disney attraction?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Absolutely.
Though there is a Country
Still your
Bears
turn.
movie. It's a classic.
5. You have 4 options here. Choose one. Pick roll again.
Oh yeah, there's a Country Bears movie, all right.
Choices. Well,
It's your classic like get the band
Roll
back
again.
together type of plot. I watched it a number of times as a kid.
Right.
It is considered very
Space.
bad.
for people and places. For the wedge.
How many of every 10 Americans said
Yeah,
been audited in 1998?
Yeah, the villain is played by Christopher Walken, which is pretty incredible. How many of every 10 Americans said they'd rather be mugged than audited? 3,
Oh, no,
5.
Sorry. Pink, let's go. You got a 5. You have
Considered
4
very
options
bad
here.
by the
Choose
public
one.
at large, not by me. I consider it to be a work of art.
Science and nature.
What objects orbit in the distant Kuiper Belt until something
Asteroids.
causes
It's
them to roll
Wait,
toward the sun?
Kuiper Belt. No, it is asteroids.
Uh-oh.
It's
That's
comets.
not
What's the
it. Balls in
difference?
your court, yellow.
I think comets are specifically made of ice or something, right? That's what the difference is.
Arts and entertainment. So, for arts and entertainment,
What offbeat singer-songwriter joined forces with REM in 1990 to release Hindu Love Gods?
Offbeat singer-songwriter. No. I have no idea. Is that a picture of the Beatles floating by in the back? I haven't been paying much attention to the background, but there's just this like one picture of like, I think that's the Beatles maybe, that just keeps floating by.
yes. you
Alright,
get
I have
another
no
roll.
idea who that is, but I guess he did that.
Looks like a 4. Which direction will it be? Sports and leisure. This is for the wedge again.
What guard is the NBA's all-time leader in steals?
Never heard of any of these people. I'm right. I think I might have heard of him actually. That's why I picked him.
Your turn again. It's a 6. What'll it be? People and places.
What U.S. state is populated with the smallest percentage of folk who were actually born there?
I feel like Florida. Florida is full of crazy people who moved to Florida. Nobody moves to Hawaii because it's too expensive. Nobody moves to Alaska because why would you do that? So we're going Florida. It's Nevada.
Incorrect. Brown, you're next. It's 1. What's it gonna be?
Yeah, I guess they're both states that would have a lot of retirees.
What competitor's
Hard
logo
question.
did Georgia teenager wear to school on Coke Day that earned him a one-day
Beppis.
suspension in 1998?
I'm just going Beppis.
Nicely done. Brown, the board is still yours. It's 1.
It's
You
another
have
one. They
choices
really
here.
want me. This is like my third shot at this
So,
green
for
wedge.
Sports and leisure, a question for your final wedge.
What college football team won conference titles under coaches DX Bibble,
Come
Jackie
on.
Sherrill, and RC Slocum?
I don't know. You can't just name coaches. College football. I mean, Texas A&M wins a lot in college football, right?
You got the
Okay,
right,
sick.
And all you have to do now is land on the center hub, get one more question right, and win it all. Brown, the board is still yours.
Give me a 6.
Looks like a
Damn
3
it.
to me. Okay, now, which one do you want? For people and places.
How many out of every 10 U.S. residents believe in the devil?
An embarrassing
according to a
number.
2003
I'm
Gallup
going
poll?
6 or 7. Maybe 5. 5 or 7. Maybe we're gonna go 5. It was 7. I was like, it can't be the biggest number, even though I just said that, but then it was the biggest number.
Looks like a 3 to me. 3 choices. What will it be? For history.
Where on his body was Julius Caesar first struck by Brutus's knife?
I
According
should
to
really know this, but I don't. I'm pretty sure it was his groin.
There were
Yes.
so many assassins that in such close combat, some of them accidentally wounded each other.
You're still up. Right, 2. You need to pick a space. Roll again.
Blue is the most hopeless of the Trivial Pursuit players.
2 it
No
is. Which
wedges.
direction will it be?
Not a single wedge.
Wild card for the wedge.
What did a Nashville restaurant tout as resembling Mother Teresa in
A French
1996?
fry.
Ouch, no.
No.
Let's go, Pink.
Wedgeless.
4. 3 choices. What will it be? Roll again.
Pink fell apart too. Pink
Alright,
was the first
5.
player to get a
3
wedge.
choices. What will it be? History. Another shot at the wedge.
What was the first nation to defend its nuclear program on the grounds that it might need missiles to deflect killer asteroids?
Not the US, because, like, I think our intent was pretty clear. I feel like it's gonna be the Soviet Union. I feel like that's their bullshit.
Oh,
No, it was either them or China.
It's your turn. It's 1. You have a couple of choices here. So, for arts and entertainment.
No, they did
for the
not.
wedge,
I think this game would have come out around the time of Stuxnet, right? Targeting Iranian nuclear stuff. But they didn't have the missiles, partially because of Stuxnet.
Your answer? Sorry.
Sorry.
You, Brown. You got 1. Pick a space. Science and nature.
What crucial beer making ingredient is roasted before being added to the mash?
Uh-oh. Blue, your turn. 6. Up to you. Say where.
Do whatever you
Saw
want,
science
Blue.
and
I don't even
nature.
care. That's the second different question about beer making,
What
by the
Steven
way.
Spielberg thriller featured attacks by Carcharodon carcharius?
Carcharodon carcharius. Is that a shark, perhaps? Unless it's Carcharodon carch. I mean, the fact that it's got the Odon, I feel like there's two dino ones here, and like, yeah. But I almost wonder if that's bait. It's Jaws.
Correct.
Yeah, the dinosaurs
Keep on rolling.
seemed like bait. Was The Lost World even
Three
directed by
choices.
Steven
What will it
Spielberg?
be?
Did he even do that?
Arts and entertainment.
Who am I playing as?
So,
I'm
for
the blue
arts and
one. Whoops.
entertainment,
Who sang the lyrics, "Someone turned the lights out there in Memphis"? That's
No
where my
idea.
family's buried and gone.
No idea, but I mean, Lisa Marie Presley didn't sing anything. Unless, who even is that? I feel like that's Elvis bait. I feel like that's Elvis bait. Unless it is. Unless it's right.
you got
Okay.
it. Keep it going. You're still up. You got 4. 6 spaces to choose from. Up to history. Wedge question.
What restaurant chain bought Vanguard Airlines in 2003 when it went bust?
They're Sneaky Pete again. It wouldn't have been Subway. I feel like it's gonna be either Hooters or Planet Hollywood. I could see, like, Planet Hollywood has, like, a cloud of bullshit around it. Where I could see them having the investor money to buy an airline that they then did nothing with.
Sorry.
It was
no.
Hooters.
Let's go. You got 1. Which direction will it be? For science and nature.
What's the more lyrical name for nitrogen narcosis, the loss of judgment that deep sea divers can experience?
The Bends. It's the Bends. It's not, apparently. Well,
Oh no.
oh,
sorry.
Rapture of
Ball's
the
in your
Deep?
court, Yellow.
Wait, what?
2. 3 choices. What will it be?
Am I wrong? Decompression
Space,
sickness.
And you can roll again.
Yeah. Wait. I don't know. I don't even know.
Roll again. Looks like a 4. Where are you going? Science and nature.
What name is given to the hairy version of a hairless breed of dog?
Good try, but
I knew it was 3. I knew it was 3 and I didn't click it. I 100% knew that.
it's a 6. You can go to 7 different spaces. Pick one.
We're gonna go.
Wild card.
What state has more than 300,000 sanctioned league bowlers? Tops in the U.S.
It's not gonna be Oregon. They have better things to do out there. It's gonna be like Michigan or Ohio or Pennsylvania. So any of the ones that aren't Oregon.
Oh no.
It was Michigan.
Sorry. Over to you, Blue. You got one. What'll it be? Science. and
Pennsylvania is a big state, so I was like, maybe Pennsylvania just on sheer numbers. But they're all kind of big states.
Enabling it to shed 1,100 pounds in only 4 months.
I mean, no.
Okay.
I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I have to pick it.
6. 3 choices. What will it be? So, for arts and entertainment.
I already have the pink wedge. I didn't know who I was playing as.
The character has brothers named Andy, Olaf, Marbles, Rover, and Spike.
I have no idea. I've never heard of any of these other than Snoopy, so I'm just picking him.
Audacious Beagle also has 2 sisters named Molly and Belle.
I've never heard that before.
You got a 5. Pick a space. Pick this space and you can roll again. Roll again. Looks like a 6. You have 4 options here. Choose one. Arts and entertainment.
What recording star fronted for the Psychic Friends Network until it went bust?
The Psychic Friends Network? I've never heard of that. I'm gonna go Donna Summer. No.
Sorry. Your turn, Yellow. You got a 5. Okay, now, which one do you want? Arts and entertainment.
If it's a 5, then I'm playing as Yellow,
Arts
so
and
let's go this way.
entertainment.
What TV series star, asked if his character would be killed off in 2000, replied, "If they don't kill him, I think they'll hurt him really, really badly." Yikes.
Nice. TV star, year 2000. They wouldn't kill our boy, would they? But I don't know any of these other ones.
Sorry.
It was
Over
him.
to you, Brown. You got a 3. 3 choices. What will it be? History.
It was the one that I ruled out.
What spin doctor saw his catchphrases sampled and compiled to make a dance track entitled "I Can't Believe What I'm Hearing" in 2003?
2000 was pre-Super. When did that air? Hang on, are you sure? Nah, yeah. Series was broadcast starting in 1999. Well,
Got an answer for us?
but yeah. Anyway, I've never heard of any of these people. We're gonna go
Good
you.
try, but incorrect. Blue. your
Who?
turn. It's 3. 3 choices. What will it be? Roll again. Okay, 2. Pick either one. For history and another shot at the wedge.
What toy fad enthralled Americans the year the John Birch Society was founded?
John Birch Society. That's one of those like... That's like one of those like... sketchy... like... Hang on. I think we're gonna go... the hula hoop. Yeah, they're one of those like sketchy, like conservative groups. Like a bunch of famous people and shit are in there. But I want to say that this would be like the 50s or 60s. And I do know that there was like a big like Hawaii fad in the 1960s. So like hula hoop is a solid choice. I think Pet Rock is more of a 70s thing. Silly Putty. Nobody's enthralled by Silly Putty. Yeah,
Whoa,
easy.
wedge.
Easy, easy, easy.
Blue, still your turn. Looks like a 3 to me. 3 choices. What will it be?
And hula hoops are a fad because they made a movie about it.
For people and places.
What coastal U.S. state do the residents of Nice, Cool, and Day call home?
Welcome to Nice, Cool, and Day.
Sorry, no. Okay, Pinky, you're up. 6. What's it gonna be? Roll again. Looks like a 6. Where are you going? Arts and entertainment. Arts and entertainment.
How many times did the average U.S. moviegoer see Star Wars in its first 20 years?
There's no way it's higher than 3. The average US moviegoer, there's not a chance. Unless they're counting, like, all 3 films. And even still.
No. All
Se-
right, Yellow.
That's not a true statistic. That's definitely not
You got
correct.
3. What's it gonna be?
There's no way that the average American moviegoer saw Star Wars 7
Wedge
times.
time.
What condiment did Oleg Zorninsky gulp 4 32-ounce bowls of in only 8 minutes to set a world competitive eating record?
This could just be anything. I have no idea.
Sorry,
It's
no.
mayo.
Brown, your turn.
Yeah, someone is skewing that statistic. Star Wars George, who has seen the movie 10,000 times, is an outlier and should not be counted.
What former NFL star became CEO of the Arena Football League's Colorado Crush?
What the hell is the Arena Football League?
Oh no.
Never
sorry.
heard of the other
Okay,
guys.
Blue. 1.
Or the
Decide
Arena
which
Football
space will it
League.
be. Roll again. 1. What'll it be?
I mean, I know about Giga nerds who see the same movie multiple times, and like Star Wars is a big thing, but like, come on, 7?
Mount Vesuvius still threatened.
Right you are. Blue, still your turn. That's a 1. Which direction will it be?
And like, we're talking average
Roll
7.
again. It's 1. You have
Literally,
5
this is the most
choices.
rigged dice of all time. That's like the 4th one in a row.
What South American nation strives to educate its populace at the University of Moran?
No.
Damn it.
Okay, Pinky, you're
If
up.
only Theo were here. You would have known.
3 to me. You have a couple of choices here. Science and nature. Wedge time.
What celestial object is at the heart of a pulsar?
The heart of a pulsar. I don't think it's a black hole at the heart of a pulsar. I think it's a star.
You get the
Yeah.
brown wedge.
I'm not an average moviegoer, but I'm bringing the average. That's another thing where like
You got a 3.
the trivia is very imprecise. Like, what does average moviegoer mean?
Wild
You
card.
gotta define that for me. Trivial Pursuit. Like, am I an average American moviegoer?
When asked how he'd handle his preteen,
Because I don't go to the
daughters,
movies that
one friend
often.
said, "And I figure if I kill the first one, the word will get out."
That's gotta be a Charles Barkley quote.
Correct.
Yeah.
You still have control of the board, Pink. 1. Pick either one. Another try. 3. 3 choices. What will it be? Roll again. Right. 2.
If Pink manages
Pick
to
either
make this
one.
comeback
For people
and
in
actually
places.
get the wedges.
What city saw the Exotic Dancers Union picket the Lusty Lady Peep Show chanting 2, 4, 6, 8, pay me more to gyrate?
Exotic Dancers Union? I mean, it's Reno or Las Vegas.
Your
They have a
answer?
union? That feels like Reno. Las Vegas is
Uh-oh.
built at They have that in San Francisco? Maybe Union would have been the tip off.
Roll again. It's 1. You have a couple of choices here. So, for arts and entertainment,
What TV show gets in gear with the line, "What you are about to see is real"?
uh-oh.
Shit, it was
That's
one
not
of the
it.
other.
Brown, you're next. There's a 4. 6 spaces to choose from. Up to you. Arts and entertainment.
Which TV series boosted sales of a ukulele version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
Oh, I should
by
really know
using it to
this.
accompany the death
Shit,
of a
it's that,
popular
yeah. I should really know this, and I don't. I wanna say ER. I wanna say ER.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dr. Mark Green's departure from ER was an emotional event for fans who flocked to stores to buy the CD. In case you're interested, the artist is Israel Kamakawewo.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Your turn again.
It's that guy. She can't say it either.
6. You can go to 7 different spaces. Pick 1. Arts and entertainment.
What Mel Brooks film inspired the title of Aerosmith's classic, Walk This Way?
I don't know. I don't know.
Correct. Brown, the board is still yours.
That's the last one I would have guessed, so.
7 different spaces. Pick 1. So, for arts and entertainment,
What screenwriter
It's a line in the movie.
once portrayed daytime soap's first openly gay character, Billy Douglas, on One Life to Live?
Never even heard of any of these people other than Casper Van Dien. I don't know why I've heard of him. I'm gonna go with him. No.
over to you, Blue. It's a 6. You have 4 options here. Choose 1. Roll again. All right, 5. 3 choices. What will it be? For people and places.
I just don't know who the actors are. I don't.
Combination of Euronote gives off a chemical that
You don't know
Germany's
either.
patients claimed made him impotent.
I mean, wouldn't they? I mean, come on. How would the €1 note give off a chemical that the 5, 10, and 20 don't? Is there a, surely there's a €1 note. Oh, well, that there's the €1 coin. I can envision it. It's iconic. But maybe there isn't even a €1 note. I've never been to Europe. I don't know this stuff. We're gonna go 10.
Well done.
Let's go.
Red.
It's specifically the 10.
Blue, still your turn.
The
6.
€10 notes
space.
are making the frogs gay.
History.
What island country did rebel leader Jean-Jacques Dessalines declare
That's
free in
that's
1804?
that one. Haiti.
Yes.
Haiti became the second independent nation in the Western Hemisphere.
Blue, still your turn. 1. Pick either one. Science and nature. Another shot at the wedge.
What's the international radio code word used to represent Greenwich Mean Time?
Not a clue. We're gonna say it's golf. Cause it's G.
Good try.
It
but
was Z.
incorrect. Your turn, Pink. 2. Okay, now, which one do you want? Roll again. Looks like a 6. You have 4 options here. Choose 1.
Let's see, are we marching towards orange or...
Sports and
I already
leisure.
have both of these, so
Or
let's do
wild
this.
What did 156 members of a single family donate in order to make the 1853 tapestry now on display at Lila Cahoon's Missouri Museum.
What the hell?
Nicely done.
The proprietor claims that Lila's Hair Museum is quite possibly the only hair museum in the United States, maybe the world.
You get to roll again.
Yeah, welcome to the Foreskin Museum.
History.
What nation has the second largest standing army among NATO members?
Among NATO members? I mean, it's like, is Turkey even... Turkey, surely? Are they in NATO? They are in NATO. They're just not in the EU. Because there was some shit flinging around that like 10 years ago. We're gonna go Turkey, because I feel like Turkey would have a big military.
Way to go.
Yeah, okay. They were in NATO in 2003.
4 it is. 3 choices. What will it be?
Right. I mean, when did we... I guess because we did,
Entertainment.
I think the Cuban Missile Crisis involved missiles that we had in Turkey, right?
Only the
Not that they were in
second
NATO
time
at that
award was
time.
given for a feature film debut.
I like Billy Bob Thornton. That's a fun name. Nope.
Yellow's next. And you got 5. Okay, now, which one do you want? Roll again. You got a 5. 3 choices. What will it be? So, for arts and entertainment,
What rock frontman decided to change his image in 1991 by donning shades and taking the stage as The Fly?
I have no idea. I have not a clue. It's not Bono. Unless it is Bono. Would George Michael do that? That seems like some Bono bullshit. I mean, I guess his guitarist is literally The Edge. So, we'll go Bono. I've never heard of this before. It was Bono.
Describe the guitar riff on U2's single The Fly as the sound
Oh,
before
they just
being
have a
shot
song
down
called
with
The
a
Fly. Okay, well,
roll yellow.
if I had heard of that, that would have made it pretty obvious.
6. You need to pick a space.
I'm not lame enough to be a U2 fan, sorry.
Another try. All right, 5. Okay, now, which one do you want? Arts and entertainment, and another shot.
Yeah,
away.
definitely same Muck.
Who shot Mr. Burns on TV's The Simpsons?
At Muck 1000, we need help. I'm feeling it's Maggie. I'm feeling it's Maggie. Yeah, okay.
The pink wedge. Keep going. You get another turn. It's 3. Okay, now, which one do you want? Wild card.
What Cleveland Plain Dealer sports writer got a not surprising mention in an awards ceremony written into Everybody Loves Raymond?
Not surprising. What?
Uh-oh.
I'm just picking something. Nobody knows this. There's nobody alive who knows the answer to that.
Choose from. Up to you. Arts and entertainment.
You've missed an hour and 42 minutes of trivia. Because I can't finish the game.
To form their famed Wall of Sound.
That's gonna be the Grateful Dead.
That's it.
You know, the speakers fit snugly in one 40-foot semi. Just in case you're looking to do something like that.
You still own the board. It's 3. Decide which space will it be.
Yeah, we have to land in the exact center. And once you get to the center, you have to correctly answer the question.
How many minutes does Tammy Faye Baker Messner say it takes her to apply makeup?
She could have said literally anything. 90. 5? I don't even know who that is. She could say anything and I would believe it.
Wild card.
How many wedding gowns does the average bride try on before making her selection, according to Brides magazine?
I don't know. There's no way it's that many, because it's got to be such a pain in the ass to go try them on. I'm going to say 8.
Good try, but
12,
incorrect.
okay.
Your turn, Pink. 5. You have 4 options here. Choose one. Roll
Oh,
again.
okay. See, with that context, that makes the 5 answer make sense, because she
You
would
have
be
4
that way.
options here. Choose
She
one.
would say that, wouldn't she? We've got the pink wedge already. We're missing the blue
So,
wedge.
For arts and entertainment.
What name did Maximilian Flores adopt when he hit the stage as the world's youngest rapper?
That's gotta be.
Sorry. Okay,
Sorry.
yellow.
Never fucking heard of you.
Looks like a 6. You have 4 options here. Choose one. Roll again. You got a 5. 3 choices. What will it be? Wild card. This is for the wedge again.
What Appalachian state made it legal to eat roadkill in 1998?
The orange wedge. Well done.
Sorry, West Virginia, but the instant lock.
You got 4. Okay, now, which one do you want? People and places.
What Oscar-winning actor owns the
He wrote that
Tahiti
before they
Island
banned
Tahiti
eating
Road?
roadkill muck. Now it sucks there. What Oscar-winning actor owns the Tahitian island? That's gonna be a Marlon Brando thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You still own the board. 6. What'll it be? Sports and leisure. So, for sports and leisure.
Oh, did it say make it legal? Okay. Never mind then. I take it back. It is good there.
Hurting his back while putting on cowboy boots.
Star third baseman. I think you were. Well, you're the only one here I've heard of, but I think he was a pitcher, though I haven't the faintest idea.
Nicely done.
Wade Boggs type shit. Well, there you go.
Likely caused in a tussle with his girlfriend, Margot Adams.
Roll again. 2.
I guess just based on the name, you can stereotype him. A man named Wade Boggs would miss the game due to putting on cowboy shoes.
Okay, 2. Pick either one. So, for sports and leisure.
What wisecracking racetrack legend trained 3 Kentucky Derby winners from 1997 through 2002?
Sorry, brown.
Sorry.
You got 4. Decide which space will it be?
Literally, I've been trying to land on the last question space for the last, like, half an hour.
Which of the original MTV VJs later showed up as a regular on the Brady's?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with my MTV lore. I've never even heard of that show. Was it you?
Uh-oh,
No.
That's not it. Blue, your turn. That's 1. You need to pick a space. So, for sports and leisure, for the wedge.
What pastime did Afghanistan sports minister denounce as not a sport, since it creates physical troubles and leads to madness?
I mean, I feel like it's either boxing or bungee jumping. Or it could be chess, where it's like, what do you mean physical troubles? It's chess. We're gonna go chess, actually.
Oh,
It's
no,
boxing.
sorry. Let's
It's the
go.
obvious one.
6. 3 choices. What will it be?
Wait, 1,
Wild
2,
card.
3, 4, 5. Okay, we're playing as pink right now. Pink needs... I can't really even see what wedge is blue. Okay,
This
pink
space,
needs
and
the
you
blue
roll
wedge
again.
and the yellow wedge.
Roll again. 3.
I figured they would
choices.
have
What will it be?
had boxers in Afghanistan, but I
Roll
guess
again.
not.
Right, 2. You have a couple of choices.
I mean, he
here.
kind of don't miss with that statement. It does create physical problems, and you do get CTE. So,
What Leonardo DiCaprio movie did patrons flock to in Lebanon, where the title in Arabic slang means "Let's have sex"?
what are we feeling? What are we feeling for this one? For what it's worth, it's Romeo plus Juliet. They're spelling it wrong.
Ouch.
It was
No.
Titanic.
Yellow's next. One. Where are you going? Roll again. It's 3. 3 choices. What will it be? Another try. You got a 5. 3 choices. What will it be? For history, this is for the last wedge.
What media mogul originated the superstation concept by making WTCG-TV the world's first satellite distributed broadcast station in 1976?
That could have been a Ted Turner thing. Did he come from radio, though?
You now
Yeah,
own yellow,
cool.
and
Dude,
no
yellow
one
has
else
all
can
of the
now
if
is
yellow
green.
steals the win from brown
One more
because
question
brown
right.
spent half an hour
Great
unable to
ball.
land in
You
the
get to
center,
roll again.
that's brown is gonna go home sad.
3. 3
I am
choices.
brown.
What will it
I'm
be?
also yellow.
Sports and leisure.
What Winter Olympic sport stacks one doubles teammate who can see but not steer atop another who can steer but not see?
That's gotta be the bobsled or the... There's no such thing as doubles luge. That sounds like insanity. Tandem snowboard, dude.
No.
Wait,
Brown,
what?
you're up.
What are they doing? What is doubles luge? Don't they like...
There's a 4. Which direction will it be?
Yeah, they're literally just lying on top of each other. What is
Sports and
this?
leisure.
Look at this picture. Look at this picture. I envisioned this and I was like, well, that can't be.
Arts and entertainment.
Who did Time magazine credit with making reading nearly as popular as professional wrestling?
Jim Henson, somehow.
Sorry, no.
Oprah.
You're up, Blue.
I mean, I guess because of her book club, but it could have been any of the top 3.
History.
The Oprah book club was a pretty big deal.
Trial strategy said to have won Harvey Milk's killer a light sentence because of all the junk food he'd eaten.
What? Not familiar with this. We're gonna go the Twinkie defense.
Way to go.
Yeah, that sounded the
Ron
realist.
Jones' consume was not his defense per se, but evidence of a deep-seated depression seen as an indication that the killer could not tell right from wrong.
Blue, still your turn.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my
You
life.
got 5. You have 4 options here. Choose one.
That would not work if I were the judge.
It's a 6. What'll it be? History.
What Age of Innocence star was pronounced guilty in November 2000?
Never heard of it. Daniel Day-Lewis never went to prison. It was Winona Ryder
Correct. Blue, still your turn.
for shoplifting.
Right, 2. 3 choices. What will it
Weird. No, I've never heard that before.
be? For history.
What occupied land took exception when Pabst Blue Ribbon erected a billboard celebrating its 50th anniversary of peaceful liberation in 2001?
What? I mean, 50th anniversary of peaceful liberation would bring us back to 1951. So I'm feeling Tibet, right? I may be feeling
Got an answer for us?
Inner Mongolia. I'm feeling Tibet with this one.
Nicely
Yeah.
done.
The billboard, erected in 2001, also attracted the attention of human rights groups who have accused China of widespread abuses in Tibet since 1951, when China began its occupation.
Roll again. The board's still yours. It's one. Pick either one. Science and nature. This is for the wedge again.
I feel like the dice are rigged so that nobody can win until everyone has more wedges. The space vehicle Clementine found water? Well, definitely wasn't the moon or Mars. Saturn's rings are just like rock and shit. It's gotta be Neptune.
No.
The
Okay,
mo-
Pink, you're up.
No?
Looks like a 4. You need to pick a space.
What? This is a story I'm not familiar with. How did the water get on the moon? They found ice crystals.
For science and nature.
Which of the Tabasco brand pepper sauces boasts the highest dose of tongue-scorching capsaicin?
Correct. You still have control of the board, Pink. Looks like a 4. You need to pick a space. People and places. For the wedge one more time.
What island has the world's highest proportion of centenarians with 39.5?
We're gonna go Japan on this one.
People.
The blue wedge.
Easy wedge.
Excellent.
Easiest wedge of my life. I've got my weeb
You
credentials.
still have control of the board, Pink. 2 it is. Okay, now, which one do you want? Another try. You got a 3. Which direction will it be? Roll again.
The game is cheating for pink so hard right now. Look at this. We're just walking right over to the yellow wedge.
People and places.
What mountain range runs 430 miles from Tehachapi Pass to Lassen Peak?
Sorry, no. Yellow's
No
next.
idea.
2 it is. What's it gonna be? For wild card.
What clothing company caused controversy because many of its young models in a 1998 catalog weren't wearing any?
Kids Are Us. I mean, is it really controversial? We're gonna go this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're no strangers to controversy. Their previous catalog was criticized for its mixed drink recipes, said to encourage underage readers to drink.
You get another roll, Yellow. 2 it is. Where are you going? So, for arts and entertainment.
What did the Irish rock band once known as The Feedback and later The Hype change its name to after Dick Evans left to form the Virgin Prunes?
Ooh.
Good try, but incorrect.
Ooh.
Down. You got 1. Which direction will it be?
All right.
Center hub.
This is for the win, finally.
Check out the leader's stats and pick their weakest category for the final question. Pick a category, Blue.
Blue is picking a category for him. What's he gonna go with?
A category, Pink.
We're gonna go with a category. Oh, pink also picks a category.
History. Choose one, Yellow. And the
We're stacking
category
on
for the final
history.
question is history. Answer correctly, and the game is yours.
What foreign automaker stopped selling new Lanos, Leganza, and Nubira brands in the US after 2002?
I mean, Leganza, that sounds Italian. But brands, Lamborghini doesn't have other brands. Yeah, I'm gonna go, because these are just like, these companies exist under their own brands. Daewoo does not sell cars under that name in the US, so I'm feeling it's them, right?
You're right.
There you go.
Congratulations, you're our winner.
Fucking finally, that took 2 hours. Maybe I shouldn't have played all 4 characters as myself. I should have just played like a solo solitaire game of Trivial Pursuit Unhinged. Oh, God. Do we even want to check the other mode at this point? I kind of want to know what Flash game is. So we're gonna check it, but I'm just gonna add myself. Okay, you can play it solo, and yes, that is the GTA font.
The Flash mode is played on a board that has 6 levels, each with a choice of 2 different question categories. Trivial Pursuit Flash. Let's do it. Blue, choose your category. For people and places.
What annual day of observance did New Zealand's AIDS Foundation launch in 2002 to draw attention to men's health issues?
National Penis Day, dude. Let's go.
Entertainment or wild card. Arts and entertainment.
What James Bond villain was the model for Austin Powers' nemesis, Dr. Evil?
I'm sorry to tell you this,
Damn it.
but you're not going anywhere just yet. Arts and entertainment or so.
But I can just keep going because it's a solo game.
The TV show kicked off with the line, "Hey, you guys!"
I don't know.
The answer is incorrect.
I've never even heard of that.
Where you are for now. For arts and entertainment.
What screen star appears topless in Boogie Nights and bottomless in Shortcuts? Well, you know it ain't me.
Never even heard of any of these people other than her.
Excellent.
Cool, I'm right.
Third level. Science and nature or arts and entertainment. For science and nature.
What high-tech telescope was named after the scientist who discovered that the universe is expanding?
The Hubble telescope.
Way to go. Fourth level. History or people and places. History.
What former world leader, after being egged by Polish demonstrators in 2001, remarked, "It's good for young people to be angry about something"?
Former world leader. Well, these are all former world leaders by 2001. Why would the Polish be egging Big Bill?
Yes. Wild card.
Okay.
For science and nature. For wild card.
What did Edinburgh's Elaine Davidson have 700?
This background sucks.
World record.
Do we body piercings? I think we body piercing. It's either that or cats. She could be a crazy cat lady, but 720 cats is insanity.
Sixth.
Yeah.
Sports and leisure. Or for history.
Avoid sports.
Geographical region was started along the path to self-government by the terms of the 1998 Good Friday.
North Ireland. Well, I mean,
Wow. All the way to the top. Points are yours. That settles that round.
there you go.
Again.
That's what that is, I guess. That's just who can answer 6 questions first. Alright, and then the final mode is Unhinged game, which you can't actually play by yourself. Not even if you're playing as everyone, you still can't do it. So we'll never know how unhinged Trivial Pursuit Unhinged truly gets. Anyway, we're stopping the timer there. Yeah, we did look up in directions. In Unhinged mode, it's just a normal game, except you get, like, points by betting on whether or not the other guy will get the question right, which is kind of interesting. And certain spaces on the game board are given different properties, including teleport, 50-50, rotate, and recycle. Interesting. Well, there you go. That's Trivial Pursuit Unhinged. I did not think I would be playing that for 2 hours, but here we are. Give me a sec, and then we'll do our whole wrap-up thing. Seemed pretty hinged to me. No, it was very unhinged. Alrighty, there you go. So that was game number 21. Trivial Pursuit Unhinged, beaten in 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 29 seconds. No sewers. I'm not even really sure that there were levels. Like, yeah, this trivia is serious business, Zero. Here, we'll advance it to Doshin the Giant. Much less serious. Not even really sure we could call the place we were playing in a level. We were just in, like, the trivia dimension. So how was that? Yeah, no, not actually. Not actually. I'm gonna give this a 2. I'm just gonna say off the bat, this game is a 2, and here's why. I do feel like, on the one hand, playing this against the computer would be so incredibly dumb, because, like, the computer would just have a random % chance of guessing the question correct. There's no other way to even program it. Like, you can't tell me, like, if you're playing a trivia game against a computer, the computer has access to the code. It knows the answer. It's just choosing to not input the answer for a while, you know? Like, that's what difficulty levels in a computer versus mode means in a trivia game. So that's just, like, bad. But then, for this game to have literally no single player option, like, I don't know, maybe some kind of mode. I mean, I guess I did play Flash, which is kind of like, can you answer these 6 trivia questions? But the punishment for getting it wrong was just try again. Maybe some kind of single player, just like trivia quiz type of thing where you get like scored at the end, or like you have lives. I don't know. Or like sort of do like there are computer versions of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is actually on PS1. Shoutouts to PMC Trilogy, who's gonna have to become a millionaire at some point in the future. And like, you know, you could just like rip off Who Wants to Be a Millionaire's format and stick that in your Trivial Pursuit game, and I think that would be fine. But it's a little disappointing. I mean, you don't rip it off directly, but you rip it off in the sense that, you know, you have to answer a number of questions in a row correctly. And if you get it wrong, you have to go all the way back to the start. Wow, another Doshin the Giant song. Who shuffled this? But some kind of mode like that, maybe. Just to, I don't know, just to like... just to give me something to do, you know? Like, if you're a bored kid who has Trivial Pursuit and no friends. Also, I just want to comment, this game was rated PEGI 7, but had questions about prostitutes and Hitler in it. So, I don't know. That just is interesting to me.